Our next speaker is Rim Salahi, followed by AJ Shakur, followed by Mahmoud Zubadi. Rim Salahi.
Looks like next speaker.
Next speaker will be AJ Shakur.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good evening, council members. I appreciate the time you've taken, and it's been winding down past 10 o'clock. My name is Ajmal Shaker. I've been in the Temecula Valley area for close to 20 years. I was the first graduating class of Murrieta Valley High School. My tile with my name is still in the floor there. Hopefully it'll remain there for many years to come. I hope the impact I've had as a member of the Islamic Center, as well as a businessman, will last in the same light of that regards. Tonight's a special night, December 1st, 2010. Not only do we like to congratulate our brothers and sisters in the Jewish faith celebrating Hanukkah, and the many members that came tonight to speak on our behalf, we'd like to thank them. I'd like to also mention that December 1st is a special night because it's the anniversary of the incorporation, December 1st, 1989, of the city of Temecula. And we're thankful that we, as the Islamic Center of Temecula Valley, as a member, that we're here with this opportunity after 3.5 years. We've gone through every aspect of the phases with the building committee, with the fire codes, with the parking issues, with driving to Riverside County with the flood issues, with so many other aspects. We appreciate your patience. We appreciate the opportunity. We've done everything possible to work with you. When it first started with the design issues, we did everything we could to alter our design to fit in with the Mediterranean style. And when we needed to cut things out, we did. When we needed to add things, we added. When we needed to adjust the parking, we adjusted. But we definitely, if anything can be said, we have been open to all the ideas. At the end, about 2 months ago, when the issue of the parking issues came up, traffic issues came up, we voluntarily, with the meeting with Mr. Richardson, we agreed that even after all the fees we paid, we were more than willing to voluntarily say if our neighbors think it's a traffic issue, we'll be more than willing to abide by that, and we paid the extra $10,000 or whatever the fees were, the OWL fees, the studies. We've done all of it, but it's documented 3.5 years or so. The last few things we just want to mention is that there is no Islamic flag that ever exists. There is no, if there was, I think some of us would want it, but it doesn't exist. The call to prayer, not one mosque in the U.S. has ever had a call to prayer, and that's not an issue. With that, and it's 13 years of existence.
Sir, your time's up.
Okay. We have never been we've been law-abiding, and we've never had any issues with the law enforcement officials. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Hello, my name is Maria Shaker, and I appreciate this opportunity to speak in front of you. My family's lived in Temecula since 1987, and I come from a mixed background. My mom, a Mormon mother, and a Muslim father. I majored in religious studies as an undergrad and went on to earn my master's in education, and I've been a teacher for the past 7 years in the area. I have memories of my father driving my brother and me to Riverside every Sunday because it was the closest mosque. I was so happy when a mosque finally opened in Temecula. It was a simple 500 square foot built office space with only about 150 square feet used for prayer. And that was for both men and women. Within a couple years, another office was leased 2 units away because there wasn't enough room. When the mosque relocated to its current location, it seemed ideal. Compared to our previous facility, it was larger and had more rooms, but it was still an office unit. Just think of your children going to Sunday school. We're the only area to play, and the isn't allowed, but out of lack of means, all they had was a small, usually full parking lot. How many of you would even let your children play in such conditions? Not only is it unsafe, but they deserve a place to run and play, just like kids who are at churches, synagogues, or anywhere. The mosque went through great effort to raise money from its members during the past 10 years to purchase land and begin construction. Just as the countless members of other religious institutions have had the right to build facilities to practice their religion, Muslims too should be given the same opportunity. Having a mosque here in Temecula is long overdue, and I support the Islamic Center being built. Another thing to add is that many people who live here in Temecula commute, so they most likely won't even be using the mosque there on Fridays because they work on Fridays. These large numbers that people are quoting may be twice, 2 days during the year when people stay home from work and attend the mosque to celebrate the holiday 2 times a year. And the other day when it would be our day of worship is Friday, and they are usually commuting to Orange County or whatever. So I just wanted to thank you for your time. Thank you for everyone who has been here to support us, and especially those who have sacrificed their first night of Hanukkah to be here with us and support the cause. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I do thank the City of Temecula and the Planning Commission for hosting tonight's event. This is the exercise of freedom. My name is Hadi Nayal. I am the chairman of the Islamic Center of Temecula Valley. I'm a business consultant. I've been living in the Temecula Valley for the past 21 years. I'm married with 4 kids. My oldest daughter studies biochemistry at the University of California, Riverside. My kids live here, shop here. They're normal, like everybody else. We are here to serve our community, Muslim community, and the Temecula Valley community. We are no threat to anybody else. We've been here for 12 years. You haven't heard a noise from us. We're just moving from one place to another place, and I really don't know why the big fuss about it. Just moving from one place to another place. Citizens, it is our right to practice our freedom of religion. I strongly believe in the construction of the Islamic Center of Temecula Valley. It is much needed to help us shape our Muslim youth to be a good citizen with high values and character. You gotta have a place of worship where you can raise your kids. This street does not raise them. A place of worship does. We respect the traffic laws. If needed, we will carpool. Actually, the traffic study shows that we have ample carpooling. That chairman, if we ever become an issue, we will carpool to respect the law because we are citizens of the United States. I also believe in the value of having different houses of worship in Temecula. We have grown since then. Actually, our landlord has his own manufacturing facility. He's growing his business, and he's taking more space out of his space we have right now, and we need to get out of this space because we don't have enough space. Just to throw some lights, men and women and children pray in the same place. It's the same worship. They don't pray someplace else. It just happened to be the men pray in the front, the women pray in the back. Oh. Wow. This is just respect for the women. That does not diminish the value of women. It's just a respect.
Guys, please, no more
comments. And to address some other questions, when people said there will be about 1,000 driving cars, well, really, we don't have that. Right now, when we have people come in, we have a maximum of about 85 cars in our facility.
You need to wrap it up,
and all funding for this project will be coming out from our community. It is, and if you want to have some records, we'll show you the records. I have the records. And for the report of the study, I talked to the KOA consultant. The crash studies is not part of this kind of a project. It's part of a bigger project. So really there's no need for it. And this project will add value to the community. It will not diminish the value.
Your time is up, sir.
Thank you very much for your time, and do ask you for support of the project.
Time limits. I do appreciate it. Thank you.
Our next speaker is Joseph Zaro, followed by Hadi Nael, followed by Christine Welsh.
My name is Reverend Joe Zaro, and I am a resident of Temecula, a pastor of United Church of the Valley in Murrieta, and the co-chair of the Interfaith Council of Murrieta and Temecula Valley. I want to thank you all for taking the time to hear us all out. This is democracy in action, and as Reverend Rivkin said, the First Amendment is something that's handed down from on high. It's a bottom-up thing, and unless we do our part to preserve our liberties and our freedoms, the Constitution is just a piece of paper. I'm here to voice my support for the proposed Islamic Center on a number of levels. As a friend of the Imam, Mahmoud Harmoush, I've attended several events with the Islamic Center and know what a blessing they are to this community, and how much of an improvement this facility will be for their center. I'm not an expert, but in reviewing the proposed project, I see that not only does it meet all the parking, noise, and traffic requirements for the city, it is also a beautiful facility that will aesthetically add to Temecula. I live near Old Town and would welcome this project in my own neighborhood, just as I welcome the completion of the new Civic Center in Old Town. This Islamic Center is not a threat to our community, or an eyesore, or a nuisance in any way. It is a blessing. It will stand as a symbol of our religious diversity, tolerance, and freedom. I am the co-chair of the Interfaith Council, and every week I see the unique and powerful ways that different religions and creeds can come together around common goals. A group of Buddhists joined our council recently, and every time we receive a new person or a new group, I'm immensely thankful for the ideas, the energy, and the perspective that they bring with them. I think this blessing applies to the city of Temecula as well. Every time a new group comes to the table to bring their ideas, their families, their hard work, and their way of life to this community, we all benefit. We should not throw obstacles in their way under the guise of parking, under the guise of traffic, but should rather welcome them and help them improve our community. The Islamic Center of Temecula Valley has been enriching our community for 10 years, and this building will help them be more effective. Through coexistence, we can all prosper together. Thank you for your time. I am always available as a resource to the city of Temecula as a citizen, a resident, a pastor, and an interfaith leader. The Interfaith Council is here to contribute to the city how they can. And if we can help in any manner, not just this issue here today, feel free to contact us. Thank you, and God bless.
Followed by Andrea Nalara, followed by Willie Drake.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to say the debate being held here tonight is perhaps less about specifications related to construction of a building than it is about issues of justice and fairness and equity. I'm equally concerned, sure, that this is not about the competence of the Planning Commission to ensure that the construction of this center meets all specifications and provisions of building and construction codes. It is about whether we as a community are well-wishers of our fellow citizens, or are we driven towards disunity and divisiveness because of ignorance and fear? A unified community is a strong and vibrant community. A disunified community is a weak community, and we have time and again in the history of this country discredited and disproved the fallacious doctrine of them and us. There is no them, it is only us. It occurs to me that members of the Islamic community have been members of this greater community for nearly as long as Temecula has been a city. And I'm not aware of anything that has given anyone cause to fear the presence of these, our fellow citizens, our brothers and sisters. The proposed Islamic Center is not an arsenal. It is not an armory. It is not central command for a military incursion. It is a place of worship, a place of prayer. It exists to do good, to encourage the acquisition of virtue, to encourage the development of character, to provide charity, and to promote goodwill. It is dedicated to the worship of the one true God. Now, in this country, we don't have two types of citizens. Whether you're naturalized
please,
or...
Hold on. That this would only be about the Planning Commission
That's what we're trying to keep to. And guys, everybody up here too, sir, we're trying to keep to the agenda task. Okay, guys. Let them speak. Let them finish. Let them finish.
Okay, then let us speak also then.
Guys, please. Please.
We're speaking to the rights of our fellow citizens. And what I would like to do is ask the Planning Commission to approve the conditional use permit for the Islamic Center. Thank you.
All right, thank you, sir. All right.